I just decided to make a reading vlog for The Cruel Prince. I've already read The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King a few years back and I loved them. I haven't yet read The Queen of Nothing and How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories, so I just decided I'm gonna make a reading vlog. Let's just see the most aesthetic position. I'm in the biggest reading hangover, should I say. Yesterday at night I finished Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb and I was like, how dare it make me feel things. Oh wow, so this book says, for Cassandra Clare, who was finally lured into fairyland. So it's beginning with this song by Robert Graves, I'd Love to Be a Fairy's Child. Children born of fairy stock never need for shirt or frock, never want for food or fire, always get their heart's desire. Jingle pockets full of gold, merry when they're 7 years old. Every fairy child may keep 2 strong ponies and 10 sheep. All have houses each his own, built of brick or granite stone. They live on cherries, they run wild. I'd love to be a fairy's child. Okay, quick update, but I'm at page 31 and something happened that I remember reading the first time around and I was obsessed with this ending to a chapter. We have Jude, our main character, and she's thinking about how she wants to go to this tournament, and one of the fairies is saying like, you'll never be equal to us. And then this chapter ends with, I don't desire to do as well in the tournament as one of the Fae. I want to win. I do not yearn to be their equal. In my heart, I yearn to best them. And that's so powerful to me. I love it. Otherwise, this definitely reads much younger than the first time around. Lately, I've been reading a lot of adult fantasy and science fiction, so I think this is why. But it's not bad, like the writing is still very good. I think I have to now actually do things for school. And then in the late afternoon or the evening, I will get back to the book. No. Chapter 9. Itsuki Hiroyuki's conceptualization of Enka. And it is such a beautiful day. Wow, a plane. That's a rarity. The most important thing is done. Choosing fonts. I finally finished the presentation. Let's go eat. Okay, so I finished my presentation. Tomorrow I'll do the notes and the day after I have the presentation, living on the edge here. But regarding the book, I am going into the book now. I have my tea, I have my reading socks, and I have my book. I already forgot how beautifully Jude is characterized. Like, I'm reading this right now and I'm like, perfection, absolute perfection. She's such a great female character, so strong but also so scarred in so many ways. She doesn't want to show herself to be vulnerable and she just wants the power so she can, you know, be safe from all of the things that happened to her. And the characterization in this book is so perfect. This is what I want my female characters to be. I want them all to be like Jude, kind of sociopathic, power hungry and scarred in many ways. Yes, please. It's now 6:20 a.m. I just woke up. I read until 11 p.m. yesterday, and today I'm gonna take this half hour to read, and then at 7 a.m. I'm starting, you know, to leave. I don't even have my glasses. I'm reading The Cruel Prince, I'm realizing that I will never love it as much as I did for the first time when I read it. Whenever something is happening, which I'm enjoying what is happening, but I just want more. I just want more depth, more prose, more... just, I want it to be adult. I think the second book will give me more. And then the third book, of course, I don't know what's gonna happen because I haven't read the third yet. So I'm guessing the not knowing will also bring to my enjoyment. Empty your heart of its mortal dream. The winds awake and the leaves whirl around. Our cheeks are pale, our hair is unbound. Our breasts are heaving, our eyes are agleam. Our arms are weaving, our lips are apart. And if any gaze on our rushing band, we come between him and the deed of his hand. We come between him and the hope of his heart. So it's the next day, and I finished The Cruel Prince yesterday evening, and I really liked how it ended. I cannot wait to go into book number 2. It did pick up. I think my biggest problem was that the beginning of the book was very slow, and I like slower books when they're more literary, which this wasn't, so I was just bored. The first time around I was all about Jude, and I'm still she's my favorite character, but I never really noticed Cardan, and now I'm like, and their dynamics, the enemies to lovers trope is just my favorite trope, and I love reading about it. Today I'll start The Wicked King, which is I think shorter, but right now it's 7 a.m. I woke up at 6, breakfast, yoga, YouTube videos. Now it's 7 and I have to prepare for my 8 a.m. classes. I have classes until 3 p.m. So yes, there won't be a lot of reading. At 1 p.m. I have this presentation that I prepared myself for 2 days. 2 days only. We'll see how it goes. And then we're gonna read. So yeah, the whole day will be actually school day. And then reading. It's waiting for me. So my first class was cut short, my second was cancelled, and it seems like some higher power wants me to read. So I guess I'll read. I could be preparing for a presentation at 1 p.m, but what's the fun in making good decisions? And who's to say that it's a good decision? Maybe, everything is relative, and I'm gonna read. Before I start, I just want to say that while I just bought The Cruel Prince and Queen of Nothing, The Wicked King I already read in this physical copy, and there's something special about visiting a book that you've already opened and gone through. Okay, when Cardan says to Jude, "If you're the sickness, I suppose you can't also be the cure." And it's that's some good content right there. I love play with words. I love when the two main enemies to lovers, but enemies, have this banter that's all secret messages and play with words. The presentation went well. Last semester she said it was too short. Today she said it was too long. I cannot please her, but it's over. Anyway, I'm gonna eat lunch and then I'm gonna go read. Drown my sorrows. I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna read. It's gonna be fun. It's 8:15 p.m. and I'm thinking I'm gonna finish this book either today or tomorrow. Maybe actually tomorrow. But the second book is so much better than the first one. It grabbed me from the first chapter. I think tomorrow I'll be already starting the third book, and beware, I'm reading the third book for the first time, and I heard a lot of negative reviews about the third book, so I'm kind of scared. It's 6:50 a.m. and we're on book 2. They stole little Bridget
For 7 years long, when she came down again, her friends were all gone. They took her lightly back between the night and morrow. They thought that she was fast asleep, but she was dead with sorrow. They have kept her ever since deep within the lake, on a bed of flag leaves, watching till she wake.
Can you hear the birds? Here we are again, post-yoga, post-breakfast. I just decided to take the morning off and finish The Wicked King and start The Queen of Nothing, go into the uncharted territory. I'm very excited. I'll probably offer my whole journey, spoiler-full journey, and my thoughts on every plot point, everything basically that happens in that book. And I'm very excited. So yes, let's finish The Wicked King. This beauty is put back. Now we have this beauty. The Queen of Nothing. This is how I feel right now. This is how I feel. Now finally opening and removing the paper. Oh, I did not expect this. Oh, it's so pretty. For Lee Bardugo, who never lets me get away with anything. That's so nice. I like... Why is this snake? Like, why is it snake themed? Okay, like, I only read the prologue and the first chapter, and I'm already, like, so angry at Vivi. She's, like, the older sister who wants to live in the mortal world, and she has this girlfriend, Heather. In the second book, she was so freaking annoying, and now in the first chapter, she's just, like, unbearable to me. How can someone be so dumb and not realize the weight of the situation? Like, Vivi grew up in fairyland. Now she lives in the mortal world, and she kind of dismisses everything that is happening in the fairy world. The fact that her brother, what is his name, Oak, has to become the High King, like, that's huge. People freaking die because of all of this, and she acts like it's all a cartoon. Like, okay, you don't like fairy, I get it. How can she be so freaking dumb and pretend like her dislike will just spirit everything away? No, it's happening. Someone may come and kill you all. This is how important and serious this is. But no, she's just like, oh, she's so freaking dumb. She's so dumb. I really hope she won't like be appearing a lot in this book because I can't stand her. We've worked out, ate lunch. I'm going back into the book, and then at 4:20 I have classes until 7:40 p.m. and then I'm gonna read again. God damn those classes. I am freaking obsessed with this book already. I'm only on like 100 page. I think I am also a bit disappointed that it's probably their miscommunication is gonna be the problem throughout the whole book, and at the end they will meet and be like, I sent you letters. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't betray you. I had a plan. Oh, I didn't know. I forgive you. I trust you. Blah, blah, blah. That's what I think is gonna happen. I do understand why so many people said that this is the weakest book out of all of the three. I take everything back. Carton appeared. He's gonna save her from the camp, and hopefully they will have a conversation. Live updating here. And we're back at this book being all over the place. Like, what is happening here? Carton and Roach came to save Jude. Okay, fine. Carton came, let's say it's plausible. Why would Vivi and Taryn, whatever her name is pronounced, why would they come to the freaking camp? Things are happening that aren't the most like logical, and the number one reason why I like this book is so much because the first two parts were so logical and rational and everything made sense, and it was like little games behind little games behind little games, and maybe everything will be like explained, but how can you explain? Okay, how can you explain such stupidity? Like, it's all but of course, Carden and June did not have the conversation, so we're back on track. Against the fairies of the fire she with tittle spirits waged war, and earth and air and ocean felt how fierce the battle raged. High she shook her shining falcon, pliant as she rushed planned. Falcon her dwarf lover forged her, hard and bright as adamant.
fighting by the Elf King's side. There she, the Lord of Fireland, slew. All the hosts of fire were routed, crowned her queen the conquering crew. Back to Fairyland she hastened, home her train in triumph drew. I'll save this for later, cause now I have classes.
Like, here's the tea. And the tea that everyone's already drunk. This feels like some stupid, silly, fantasy, teenagey romance story full of miscommunication and anxieties and like bottling everything up inside yourself instead of just talking to each other honestly. And also, like, Jude's characterization is totally, well, not totally wrong, but it's off. It's just, and Carden's as well. And also, it's so short and everything is happening so quickly. It's like with one sentence, something happens, and it's like things need to progress more slowly, especially the subject matter that is in this book. For example, trusting Carden and Jude trusting each other. Like, everything feels wrong. I'm already on page 200 and I have only like 100 pages to go, so I'll probably finish it today because I'm already reading while my classes is going. Hate reading by this point because I'm just like so mad at Jude's and Carden's characterization, but especially Jude. Like, oh, and the plot. The plot is what I'm maddest at because it's just whatever. It's not organic. It doesn't feel like it progresses the way it should. Okay, it's 2 minutes later and this happens. So this fan, which appeared a few chapters before, she went to school with Jude. They were never friends, but they were friendly, is how she's described. Jude doesn't have her guard, and at the place, like, in this moment, she's like, do you want to be my guard, like the first of my guards? Jude, who is so freaking suspicious of literally everyone, of people she knew, of her own family. Jude, who is so careful, who is always thinking games of everyone and layers of deceit, would never offer someone a position of a guard who she met like a day before. Even if she went to school with them, she was just friendly with this person. She would never. And this is what I'm saying. Like, this Jude here is just your typical fantasy, young adult fantasy heroine with the typical illogical things. The whole book is like just everything I just despise in YA fantasy. It's so illogical and it doesn't think things through, and oh god, I'm so angry again a few minutes later. But we have this bloodthirsty, fierce captain of like the whole army of Elfhame. She now brings soup to Jude into her room, and this bloodthirsty captain is like, come eat, it will help you heal. Are you a freaking maid? Like, what is this? What is this hilarity? What is this silliness? What is happening? I want to throw this book into a wall. Why it's the details. The devil is in the details, and this book is Sotona. Carden has been turned into a snake? What is this? I want to say more, but I don't have anything to say. I'm left speechless because, like, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god, I can't wait to finish this book and go and read something else to, like, wash this off. I should be paying attention to the class. It's more smarter. It's more smarter. That's not grammatically correct, okay? And when he kisses me, I feel as though I can finally breathe again. Is that the last sentence before the epilogue you're going with, Holy Black? Is that the last sentence? The plot is hilariously silly and lame. The characterization is off the charts wrong comparing to the book number 2. I will never come down from this. This is worse than I ever expected. My worst nightmares were not as bad as this when I was thinking about the Queen of Nothing. I mean, I still have How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories, which I will read after this. It's also a April's Fool's Day today, and I certainly do feel like a fool for reading this book, and this book itself is a fool. I don't know, we're all fools. Queen of Nothing indeed. Oh, this is heavy. I hope I will like this one. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, like maybe this type of art will make me feel better, because this is freaking beautiful. I think this short story collection will definitely appease my broken heart from yesterday, because it is so good. It's just, I like them. We're following Carden and his childhood, basically snippets from when he was a kid and then slowly growing up. And I think they will have a type of message, a fairy-like message, and the art is wonderful. Okay, I guess we've finished. This reading vlog is done. But right now I'm gonna concentrate on other books. I need to kind of break free of this world. The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, great books. The Queen of Nothing, horribleness, we will never mention it again. It does not exist. That's all I have to say. And thank you for sticking with me. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in another video soon.